So, I bet that you've been trying to look for an anime series that'll get you hooked right from the very first episode. Because you probably watched a lot of good ones recently, but are now at a loss as what to watch. Well, I got you covered, because there's one anime I can definitely recommend you. Greetings everybody, Otaku Gamer Geek World here, and I am going to gush for a bit about Inuyasha. It's my absolute favorite anime series of all time, and it has always been in the 11 years that I've been an otaku. In fact, this is the anime that got me into anime in the first place. So, you know, it's got a very special place in my heart, and it's a series that I highly recommend to anyone who appreciates a good isekai with a very gripping story. Inuyasha is an adaptation of the manga series by Rumiko Takahashi, and it basically deals with this high school girl called Kagome Higurashi, and she's someone who lives in a shrine, and there happens to be a well in there that transports her to feudal era Japan. And there she meets Inuyasha, a half-demon who was imprisoned in a tree 50 years ago by the priestess Kikyo because he was trying to get after the sacred Shikon jewel shard, because that is a powerful artifact that can be able to grant anything to whoever wields it. And Inuyasha, of course, being a half-demon, wants to use it to become a full-fledged demon. So yes, that's the basic premise of it. That's basically the premise that gets the ball rolling. And from there, it just turns into a very intriguing story filled with ups and downs and some epic twists and just a really great adventure overall. If you're into anime that has a great world building and has a really decent pace, and I do mean decent because I'm rewatching the series for the third time now because I'm really excited for the sequel, Hanjo no Yashahime. And this is the first time that I'm introducing the series to my niece, who is also someone who has been watching a few anime series for a while now. So I figured that we both watch Inuyasha together, and upon this third time that I've been watching it, I really appreciate just how decent the pace of the story is, because the characters are introduced fairly quickly, the villain is introduced early on, and a lot of elements that are commonplace and important to the show are referenced a lot. And it's great because it's a show that keeps you on the edge of your seat and you're genuinely excited for whatever happens in the next episode. The characters are memorable, the comedy is hilarious, the music composed by the wonderful Kaoru Wada hits all the points and all the scenes that they are used in, and honestly, this is just one of the greats, and I feel like it's one that doesn't get talked about as much, but, you know, it is well known, but not as well known as, you know, the likes of Naruto or Bleach, but still, this is a series that I highly recommend. And if you happen to be a softie with a romantic side, then yes, this show offers romance in spades. Yes, it is a slow-building romance because I'm pretty sure that upon investigating Inuyasha, you'll see a lot of people commenting on the romance being slow. But that is a good thing, because romance in a lot of media is often rushed and the characters immediately fall for each other. But in Inuyasha, the characters are allowed to develop with their insecurities shown, with hesitation, with pitfalls, with all the ups and downs of real relationships. And I feel that Inuyasha really symbolizes and represents that very well. And while the romance is slow, it is slow in the best of ways, and it allows you to really absorb the dynamic between Inuyasha and Kagome and all the different things that happen throughout the series. So buckle up, because it's an exciting ride. Naraku is a memorable one. He's one of my all-time favorite anime villains, and just because in this series he has such a presence. Because there are some villains in anime that only really appear like halfway through the entire show, but Naraku is someone who's present right from the very get-go, and he's constantly pestering the heroes, and I like that because he's a constant threat, and he's a constant annoyance to Inuyasha and his friends' attempts to get the sacred jewel shards back. Oh, because yes, in case I have forgotten to mention, the jewel was shattered into many, many pieces, and Kagome and Inuyasha have to journey throughout feudal era Japan in order to obtain the missing shards. If you are a first-timer into the world of anime, this is one that I definitely recommend, as it'll really give you a taste for what the media can offer. And honestly, after all these years, it's still one series that I hold super close to my heart, and it's one that I just highly recommend to anyone who's a fan of really great stories. And this just makes me super excited for the sequel, which is supposed to come out in the fall, so this is fantastic. But yes, I urge you to try this show. I guarantee that you will not be disappointed. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this introduction to my must-watch anime series of videos, and I'll keep uploading periodically with talking about, different anime shows that I've watched, that you may not have watched, or that you have already watched but want to revisit again. Well, in any case, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, this has been Otaku Gamer Geek World, signing out.